Right off the bat, I'm coughing. Good morning. It's Thursday. I'm doing something today that I actually did Tuesday, just recording, and did a ton of editing. I had to film 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different cuts and then put them all together and get rid of the coughing, get rid of all of this stuff. And I wanted to see if I could do it live. And I started off by coughing. So what I'm going to do today, I have already put up on YouTube as a fully edited video, but I'm going to do it live. I'm using prompter software, teleprompter software that I've rarely, if ever, used. It's brand new to me. We'll see how it all goes. And I just wanted to see if I could do this live. So you're going to get the content. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. And it's going to be fun because who knows what's going to happen, because I'm trying to do all of this live and I've never done this much stuff all together at the same time. So it's a bit of an experiment for me. It might be enjoyable or not for you. I hope it is, but let's get going. So I am using teleprompter software and looking at it right there, and I'm going through 10 tips. So let's just get started.
You just have to do it. It's easier than you think.
It really is. It really is easier than you think. I'm going to start the teleprompter. I'm going to start reading, and we'll see how it goes. Now, just to say this, the reason that I'm coughing and hacking and swallowing and stuff like that is I have two conditions going on. I have a sinus situation where sinuses are just draining, and then I have a very sensitive reactive airway, for which I'm taking more drugs than anybody should take for a reactive airway. But when you put the two together, and then I talk a lot, this is what you're going to get. So let's just get going and see how it goes. Creating engaging videos for any social media involves not only delivering great content, but also presenting yourself in a visually appealing way. Here are 10 tips to elevate your online impact for new video creators to look great on camera. And when anybody offers 10 tips, there's always a bonus, so stick around. Tip number 1, lighting. Now there's natural light and there's artificial light. Natural light, you're looking through a screen, or you may be set up in front of a window, or maybe you're outside in the shade preferably. But too much lighting would look like this. Too much lighting. This is artificial lighting, obviously, but too much lighting. This is bad. This is not a good look. But on the other hand, too little lighting, well, it creates a mood. Not the mood we're going for. Just not the mood we're going for. So, with that in mind, whenever possible, you can use natural light and position yourself facing a window to get even and flattering light on your face. You have less control over the natural light, so position yourself strategically. And if natural light isn't available, invest in a key light or a softbox light. Avoid ring lights if you're going to be doing this regularly. Yes, they were popular at one point, but place your lights at around a 45-degree angle to your face to avoid harsh shadows. Now, here's my lighting. And you can see I've got key light, for obvious reasons. I'm only using one, and even that's only at about 30%. When I turn the other one on, I had the other one on at way too much. So the first key, think about how you look on screen and work with it in that regard. Now, tip number 2, background. Clean and clutter-free. Ensure your background is clean and free from distraction. A simple, tidy background helps keep the focus on you. Doing this shows you actually care about what people see when they're watching you. Now, personal touch, add a few elements in the background like plants. Obviously, I don't have any plants. I have books. Art, not really. But whatever it is, it reflects your personality. But avoid overloading the scene. Now, think about it. You could do a background that involves green screen. Now you see what happened there in the background here? I turned on my green screen effect, and that's blue. That's blue. And yet it's given off some green. So if you want to go with a background and you want to do green screen, it takes a lot to make it look good. Just turning green screen on and putting an artificial background in the zoom options is not a great idea, especially if you have hair, something I don't have to worry about. I just have to worry about shadows. So if you have a green screen effect, which is kind of cool, yeah, let's try not to do that. So just a nice clean background. Whoa. Just a nice clean background is all you really need to worry about. So let's just move on. Tip number 3, camera positioning. Eye level. Position your camera at eye level, kind of like what I'm doing here. It creates a little more engaging, a natural connection with the viewer, as you can tell. Now you can go back and you can do distance, because if you need to be doing something like this with your hands, that's cool. I don't necessarily have to do this, but people that are doing teaching, like playing guitar, something like that, they want to have something going on there. Now, it would be terrible if I came across, well, let me do it this way. If I came across, whoa, and had the camera like this, not that great a look. Or if I even had the camera like this, again, not a great look. So camera positioning, where you're going to place yourself. Hang on, I got this. I got it. Oh, okay. And then, yeah, giving myself a little bit of distance there, at least for this scene. So think about your distance. Think about where your head is. The point is to be natural and not to be a distraction. Now, your head and shoulders should be visible, I would think, and there should be at least a small amount of space between you and the top. I could almost dial it in a little more, but I haven't just yet. Step number 4, wardrobe. Now, solid colors. Wear solid colors that complement your skin tone. Sure. I wear black because it's neutral. It goes with anything. Keeps me consistent. And every time I go on screen, generally I have a black t-shirt on. So avoid busy patterns. Busy patterns. This is about the busiest thing I have in my wardrobe. I'd put it on, but why would I? It doesn't go with the background. It doesn't go with the layout. It doesn't go. And it can be distracting. So I'm getting rid of that. Whoa. I'll tell you about what I'm sitting on in a minute. So avoid patterns or stripes that can be distracting on camera. Strive for comfort and confidence. Choose clothes you feel comfortable and confident in. And this will help you appear more relaxed and authentic on camera. Be yourself, and ultimately, you'll be fine. Tip number 5, posture and presence. Yeah, I almost fell off my stool. Sit and stand tall. Maintain good posture by sitting or standing, whatever you're doing, but slouching is not a great idea. Slouching is not a great idea. This does not look good on camera. So sit up. Now, whoa, wait a second. See, I'm pushing the wrong buttons. It's me. It's not you. This not only looks better on camera, but it also helps you with your vocal projection, engage with your audience, make eye contact with the camera, smile, use natural hand gestures, which is not this, but you get the idea. This makes your videos more engaging and helps build a connection with your audience. Now, if you tend to slouch in a chair, do what I do, get a stool, but don't fall off. Please don't fall off. I almost did by sliding around. Yeah. Tip number 6, audio quality. An external mic. Now, if you're using a laptop mics, the built-in mics, they're there, but they're not the greatest when it comes to getting good audio for your videos. Invest in an external microphone for clear and professional audio. Poor audio quality can detract from even the best video content. You can look great, but if they can't understand you, what's the point? Also have a quiet environment. Choose a quiet location to minimize background noise, turn off fans, close windows, stuff like that. Keep the dog out if your dog is noisy, unless your dog is one of the main characters in what you're doing. But you get the idea. Audio quality. And I forgot to push the button. Oh, excuse me. Tip number 7, framing and composition. Framing and composition. Take a look at this at the framing that I've got with it's called the rule of thirds. I've basically got the screen cut into 9 spots there. You never want to be exactly in the middle. Not really. The rule of thirds is that you try and position yourself and your shots on one of those lines to create a little more. See. Just a little more contrast. There's a lot of times when I put stuff up right here on the screen, and I don't have to move myself, so I can put stuff up there, a title or something, a statement or quote, and it's right there, and it works great. Also, let me mention headroom. Ensure that there's enough headroom above your head. This is pretty good setting right here. So too much or too little can make the shot look awkward, and don't slouch. Tip number 8, consistent branding. Like a color scheme, use a consistent color scheme that reflects your brand. See, I've popped my logo up in here. It's got my branding. You see my background has a little bit of that blue in it as well. My wardrobe doesn't affect it. So the visual elements that you incorporate your branding, your visual elements like logos, lower thirds that reinforce your identity, you get the idea. Stick with your brand. If I come on in a plaid shirt, bad idea. Tip number 9, script. I'm trying to use a script here for the most part, but when I'm live, I just get off script way too many times, but I'm doing pretty good. So using a script or a teleprompter can help you stay on track, which I'm doing. Practice your script to deliver it smoothly, or use bullet points for a more natural delivery. So I'm not using bullet points, I'm using an actual script. This is to ensure that you stay focused and engaging. Now, sure, you can spend money on teleprompters. You can get them anywhere from $100, I wouldn't recommend it, to several $1,000s. If you got the money, whatever. But the one I'm using is the Elgato Prompter. It's under $300. It works great. I'll drop a link in the description. If you need, do you need one starting out? No. Just put it on your list. A lot of this stuff, you don't need it. The best thing you can do when you're going live and presenting is just realize some of the basics, press play, and get on with it. If you've got something great to say, say it. But do you need a teleprompter? No, you do not. Now, here's mine, right here. Nice, small, I think it's a 9-inch screen, and it works absolutely fantastic for what I do. I'm using different software. Guess you can still see it if I go over here. Different software that puts it up on the prompter, and we go from there. Do you need it? No. Is it cool? Yeah. It can be distracting if all you're doing is playing around with this stuff. Kind of like what I'm doing right now. Tip number 10, audience engagement. Audience engagement. Finally, always engage with your audience. Hey, how you doing? I mean, what are you doing this for anyway, if not to help those that are watching? So ask questions, encourage comments, love to have a comment, include clear call to actions like, hey, if you're on YouTube and watching this, subscribe to my channel, or share the video if you wish. This helps build a sense of community and keeps viewers coming back. Ask for comments and thoughts from your audience. I guess I said that, but it's in the script, so I'm reading it. Let your personality come through. Lighten up and have fun. Bonus tip, a good camera. The camera on your laptop, great. Camera on your phone, not so bad at all. If that's what you got, that's what you got. If you can record and have a better opportunity with changing some settings, Minimum settings is at least 1080p resolution and 30 frames per second for a clear, smooth video. At least to start. Ensure your camera is properly focused on you for a sharp image. I'm using a Sony A5100. I also have the backup camera, and the backup camera that I use for that side shot is an Elgato Facecam. Now, I recommend a Facecam Pro. I have that obviously as my backup, but if you're going to spend some money on a camera, I suggest the Sony ZV E10. I don't have one yet, but it's on my list. It's the next thing, it's the next upgrade on my list, but there's a little bit of money involved. So yeah, you got to be careful with spending too much. So that's it. Those are the 10 tips plus the one to help you look great on camera and create some engaging videos. If you found these tips helpful, drop me a comment. See what I did there? Yeah, engagement, audience engagement. Okay, so drop me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and check out the description for links to some of the stuff I've mentioned, which I haven't got in the description yet, but I'll put it there. Other than that, have a great day. Bye.